Shield surfing is one of Breath of the Wild's best mechanics. By holding ZL in the air and pressing A, Link will pull out his shield and surf on it like a snowboard. While this is a great addition to the Zelda series, it also happens to be incredibly broken, meaning it made many glitches and exploits possible. Here's some of the most prominent of those exploits. There's two parts of a shield surf, the initial animation and the surfing state. There's also two different initial animations depending on how you shield surf. If you jump with any momentum, you will get an animation that lasts 15 frames and gives an extra boost of height. However, if you start from anything other than a jump or do not have momentum, it will result in a neutral shield jump, which does not result in any extra height. The second part of a shield surf is the surfing state, where the initial animation is completed and you can ski down slopes. You can angle Link, hold backward or forwards to accelerate or decelerate, and jump while surfing, as well as spin attack by pressing Y. And that's really most of how the basic intended mechanics of shield surfing work. There's really only one exploit here, and it's using forward shield surf to gain a tiny bit of extra height, which can be helpful in some shrines. Let's get into the broken stuff. Skew, the main glitch that makes shield surfing so incredibly broken. When you end a shield surf on a slope, Link puts his shield away and everything seems normal. But what happens behind the screen is the game saves or stores the angle on which Link shield surfed. This stored angle is known as a skew. Basically, the next time you shield surf, as soon as the initial animation is done, Link will pivot back to the stored angle. While this may seem inconsequential, it is the basis for most shield surfing exploits found thus far. By shield surfing against a flat wall with a specific angle of skew, Link's feet will be placed through the surface. Then he will snap upright, pulling the rest of his body completely through the wall and out of bounds. The angle of skew is exactly the same as the slope shield surfed upon, so you have to make sure the slope is both the correct direction and steep enough to clip through. This process of clipping through walls is known as shield clipping. A more complicated version, called extended shield clipping, is used to clip through thicker or more uneven walls. Essentially, in the middle of Link skewing backward, you shield surf again mid-air, causing the second pivot. Moving on to something else, let's try getting a skew in bullet time. The resulting angle is so steep that it slams Link into the ground, sending him upward. Known as a skew bounce, this is yet another useful tool for shrines and shrine skips. It can also be used for some pretty sick combat. Let's move on from skew for now. Bullet time is one of the other main new mechanics introduced into the Zelda series in Breath of the Wild. Coincidentally, it also happens to be the cause for many glitches as well. Putting the two together, we can get some pretty ridiculous things. For now, let's talk about the bullet time bounce. There's a certain animation that makes this whole thing possible. When you surf onto certain enemies' heads, a small hitting animation plays while you get sent a small distance. When done in bullet time, this launch gets amplified 20-fold. When entering and exiting bullet time, some animations don't remain at the same speed. While the initial hit plays at normal speed, when you cancel bullet time, it returns the game to normal speed while maintaining the 2000% velocity increase that Link gets. When you use the paraglider to extend the distance, this glitch only gets crazier. For the majority of the game's lifetime, BTBs were used in speedruns for a great traveling method. It's time for some rapid fire glitches. Starting off with this thing, by perfectly shield surfing in between the two bombs in bullet time, Link will get ragdolled into the air at high speeds. Another niche speed glitch was discovered a while back. When entering bullet time while landing and jumping off a downward slope, Link will gain surprising amounts of speed. It's super finicky, but pretty cool to get. It turns out guardians don't technically count as ground, so you are airborne while shield surfing on top of them. Combining this with a Cryonis block bullet time launch, you could get launched extremely high vertically along with the Guardian. The frame perfect shield surf, or grounded shield surf, is when you start a shield surf the frame before hitting the ground. The initial animation is instantly skipped and you go straight to the surfing state. The main use for this is instant skew bounces or small time saves in shrine speedruns. You can also use it for a very slightly faster shield clip known as a QESC, or a quick extended shield clip. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in my Discord or in the speedrunning Discord, both linked in the description. By the way, we're at over 1,000 subs now, which is just crazy. Alright, have a good one.